Welcome to VoiceOver Freedom. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, which is how does a beginner compete with someone with a lot of experience? A lot of people ask me, they say, I'm excited to do voiceover. I want to learn how to do this, but how do I stand out and how do I compete with all of the other talent, with all the other people who are already doing this? A very valid question, and I have just the answer for you. The first thing I want you to always remember is that no one else has your voice. Your voice is unique to you. Your voice is your assets. And it's only going to get better because you're going to be able to build upon that. You're going to be able to train it. You're going to be able to sound different and versatile. So that's my first piece of advice. Train your voice. No matter how good you get, you always want to train your voice to become better, more versatile, more fluid, so that you can help more customers and more people. The more that you improve your voice, the more that you train your voice, the more you can set yourself apart from the rest of the people, from the competition. And here's the thing too, is a lot of companies, a lot of people are looking for a specific type of voice. And so they're going from profile to profile, listening to each demo until they find the one that resonates with them, the one that they believe that will resonate with their audience. And so you want a voice that connects with the audience. You want a voice that draws people in, that captures people's attention, that engages them, that has feeling, that has soul in it. And so you can definitely learn these things. A good voiceover is made of different components and different fundamentals, like good enunciation, a good flow, good use of pauses, and adequate speed. And most importantly, being able to connect with your audience by understanding the message, understanding what your script is about, understanding the product, the audience. So if you can actually take the time to learn about who this is reaching and what the script's about, you're going to be much better off, especially when you present it through. And so all these things together will give you a huge advantage, will help you stand out from your competition. You're also going to create a demo that shows your skills in the best positive light. And so that way, when a customer is listening to all the different profiles and they're listening to all the different demos, when they come across yours, they're going to feel compelled to want to work with you because you have versatility, you have great audio quality, you put the time into creating a great sounding demo. And so all these things are things that many people don't consider, they don't take the time to do, but you will. So again, every little thing counts. Every little thing that you do is going to improve your voice, is going to improve the chances of you getting booked. And that, my friends, is how you stand out from the competition. Remember, your voice is unique to you. So your voice will be a great fit for a company or a customer or a project. You have to experiment, you have to try different styles, find the ones that you're most comfortable with, the ones that you're most confident in, and then start to create a demo focused around those types of voices. Over time, the market will start to teach you what kinds of voices you're best at. The market will show you you're good at this voice, and this voice. It will show you what demand there is. But when you're starting out, you want to choose the ones that you're most confident with and the most comfortable with. So that was today's topic, my friends. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Now let's jump into the questions. I see we got a lot of questions already, so let me go ahead and answer those one by one here. Tara, thank you for that comment. I really appreciate that. Tara here says that if you haven't, let people know how easy it is to sign up for your classes, and if you haven't signed up with him, please do. He's amazing at what he does. He has helped, man. So yes, I do have a starter course. I will get to that, but basically, it is for anyone looking to get started. It is for people who want to start recording voiceovers, who want to learn to put their demo together, who want to learn what kind of equipment to get, how to use it. And I've made it extremely affordable so you don't have to break the bank. That is available in the link in my bio. But yeah, I will touch on that. Thank you, Tara, for bringing that up. Definitely appreciate you. Anyway, I want to answer some of the most commonly asked questions, which is, how do I get started? What are some good sites to find work? What kind of equipment do I need? What are the qualifications? These are things that I get asked all the time, and so I want to kind of dive into that. Let's start with the equipment. So in a nutshell, what you're going to need is you're going to need a place to record. You're going to need a computer to record with, and you'll need a microphone. So those are the main things that you're going to need. The computer doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to be tech savvy. It could be a Mac or a PC. It could be a desktop or a laptop. So you do have options. You probably already have a perfectly good computer at home. Now, the next thing you want is a recording space. So a place where you can record and get great results. This can be your bedroom, this could be your closet. When I started back in 2010, I was just recording out of my room. I was recording out of my closet. And so basically what I did was I put materials on my walls to dampen the sound, to make it so that it sounded clear, so that it wasn't noisy, so that I wasn't getting echo. And so taking that time does make a big difference. Your sound quality will definitely sound much better. Last but not least is the microphone. You need a good microphone. It doesn't have to be fancy. You know, a lot of people think you have to spend a lot of money, like $1,000 or $2,000 on a microphone. But you can actually get some pretty good options at $50, $100, $200. And my first mic was actually about $50. And so I started with a simple USB mic. And then I worked my way up to a $100 mic. And now I use this guy, which is about $200. So depending on what kind of budget you have, you can get something that works for you. You have a lot of options. The tech has come a long way, and you can get great sounding results with your microphone. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like. Let's go. Cool, so that's the equipment in a nutshell. The next thing you're gonna wanna know is, how do I know if I have the right voice? Kind of what I brushed upon earlier is that there's all kinds of projects in this industry. And there's going to be a company or a brand or a business that wants your voice, that will hear your voice and will want your voice because it connects with their audience. And it's the kind of sound that they're looking for. That's the most important thing, is how do you sound? So keep that in mind. Lots of different voices are needed. Male voices, female voices of different ages. If you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it doesn't matter. There is an audience that will connect with your voice. So every site, here we got a comment here, every site I've seen is swamped with people who do voiceovers almost free, hard to compete. So here's the thing, it's always kind of been like that. And there's always, no matter what kind of business you do, there's always going to be someone out there who will do it for cheaper. So it's a common pitfall to think, well, I can't compete with all those guys, because there are customers who will pay the rates that you deserve. There are customers who will pay what it's worth. I get those customers all the time. I have students who get those customers all the time. And so while there is a market for people who just want like very cheap voiceovers, there is also a market of companies and businesses who have budgets who will pay for quality voiceovers. And I post them on TikTok all the time. The key is knowing how to get those customers, how to make yourself stand out, and how to show the value to the right customers. So that's what I'm teaching here. That's what I'm talking about. And yeah, it happens to everybody, even if you're experienced, even if you're brand spanking new, that doesn't matter. It's really, you can have all the experience. These are different skill sets. They're different skill sets and different things that you can learn. So there's always room for improvement, no matter how experienced you are. Here's another good comment. Don't you need a talent agency, or at least an agent, to the professional market? So yes and no, that is a viable way to do it. You can have an agent, you can have an agency. That is one way that people do it. I have done it independently. And what that means is I'm using voiceover websites. I am working with my own customers, my own prices, my own deadlines, my own equipment. So I'm completely in control of my business. And so that's what I teach, is how to do this independently on your own without having to go to an agent or an agency. And so there's a lot of people that want to learn how to do this from home, from their closet, without having to go through extra hoops. That's what I'm teaching. That's who I'm talking to, is the people that want to learn how to do this from home, just like I did. So that's what I'm here to talk about. We talked about the equipment. We talked about how you don't need an agency or qualifications. We talked about how to stand out in a competitive market, how to make your voice stand out. We talked about how accessible it is, how you could do it from your closet or from your booth in your bedroom. Another thing you will need, though, is you want a demo. The demo shows customers what your voice sounds like. It shows customers what your styles are, what your audio quality is. And oftentimes it's the first impression you make with the customer. So you want to make sure that it sounds great. You want to make sure that it sounds high quality. So that way when they hear it, they're compelled to want to work with you. Producer Jay says, my studio is in my walk-in closet. And that's a great place to actually make a recording booth. Your closet or your walk-in closet. bedroom, spare bedroom. Those are some of the best places to make a recording booth. Chances are you have one of those. Okay, do you still need an audition tape? So that's kind of what I'm talking about when it comes to the demo. And there's two types of jobs. There's auditions and there's inquiries. So auditions is when a customer posts a job, and so you audition for the project, and there's inquiries where people reach out to you. Producer Jay says, I've been in commercial production for almost a decade and never needed an agent. So that's excellent, my friend. And I'm really glad you said that, because it shows that there's multiple ways to do this. It's very possible to get work without having to go through an agent or an agency. A lot of people say you have to have an agent, but that's not the case. You can do this without an agent. You can do this independently. I've done it myself. You've done it. A lot of people have done it. So you don't have to have an agent to do that. Next thing I want to talk about is the jobs. People ask me all the time, where do I find the jobs? Where do I find the projects? And so I'm getting most of my projects online through voiceover websites. Producer Jay says, I'm doing video editing, audio editing, and video commercial production from start to finish. I'm glad you found what you love, my friend. I also enjoy doing video production myself, but my main love will always be voiceover. It's just, you can be creative, you can be, very expressive, and I love the project. Good to see you. I see you in here. Sashan says, your voice just lowered so smoothly. Appreciate that, my friend. All right, cool. So we talked about the website. So the one that I like to use is called Fiverr. Fiverr's been around since 2010. That's the same year that I started. Another good one is called Upwork. You can get a lot of auditions on that website. So lots of good websites to get the jobs. But again, before you actually make an account, you need to make sure you have a good sounding demo. The demo is how you're going to get the projects, and not only just the projects, but the good projects and the good customers. You have to have a good sounding demo. Charlie, no, I do this independently. I am not a member of the union. Good question. Thank you for that. So you do need a demo, and to have a good demo, you got to have a good recording space. You got to have good equipment. So laptop, mic, you got to learn how to use it, and you got to learn how to actually record using your audio software. I love your voice, says Sashin Mays. Awesome work. Appreciate that, my friend. My voice is naturally low. So yeah, if your voice is naturally low, if it's authoritative, if it's powerful, if it's enthusiastic, whatever type of voice you have, that is how you should market it, because you're going to be able to, again, connect with the right people. So if you have a low voice, you could do low sounding commercials, low sounding ads, like the Allstate guy. Cindy says, my first demo was a script I wrote for Dave's Bar and Grill. That's awesome. Yeah. So some ideas that I could give you for your first demo is you could use books from the library to kind of get some scripts, magazines, even like a DVD, and just kind of use what's the synopsis of the movie. You can kind of use those for material. What I did was I actually looked up scripts and I kind of customized it and made it my own. So I was looking on YouTube and making different ads, just the scripts that would actually fit my voice. So hopefully you're excited, you want to start doing this, but you might be a little intimidated because it's a lot of info. Maybe you don't know how to use the program, the software. So luckily, I have put together a step-by-step starter course. I have a starter course that you can enroll in that actually walks you through the whole process, from how to use your microphone and what kind of microphone to get, to how to put your own recording booth together, the different types of materials you can actually use for your recording booth, to actually training your voice, learning different techniques to actually bring your voice to life and bring scripts to life, to also recording and editing in Audacity, which is the audio software that I recommend. So that is the starter course. The good news is it's not hundreds of dollars. It's just a one-time $27 for lifetime access. And that is where you learn all of that content. So if you are interested, if you're ready to get started, you can enroll in the link in my bio. It's a one-time $27 for lifetime access.